Alrighty guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for the Rising of the Shield Hero episode 2. And probably by later on in the series, I'll be just calling the show like Shield Hero or something to narrow it down. You guys will know what you're coming into before you even open the video, so not like that matters too much. So what I just did before I started recording was I made a list of the character names for at least the 4 characters with the special weapons that came from another world. So we have, I'll read you my little notes. I have a little notepad on my other monitor. So we have Iwatani Naofumi, who is the MC I put in Shield. And then Amaki Ren, I put as the edgy black hair sword. And then Kitamura Motoyasu, which is tall blonde hottie spear. That's what I wrote. And then Kawasumi Itsuki, younger blonde bow. Yep. So that's my mental thought process. Those names are kind of crazy. You guys might, if you guys watch my other reactions, I'm usually pretty good with names. For them, well, sometimes. I have my moments, but usually I pick up on at least like the main cast names like pretty quickly. But these names are kind of like out there. Like Amaki, I could probably remember, or just Ren, but even just the main character's name, like Iwatani Naofumi, is just like crazy for a name, right? And then like Kitamura, eventually I might get it, but then like Kawasumi Itsuki, I don't know. For some reason, they feel like they don't click in my mind, But anyways, regardless of all that, we are on episode 2, and I am surprisingly looking forward to this show. And the reason why I say surprisingly was because I've seen a lot of isekais. I think I said it wrong last episode. I think it's isekai. I think I was calling it insekai before. I think it's isekai is how you say it. Sorry if I butcher that a lot, but regardless, I've seen a lot of these shows where someone goes to another world, right? And usually it's very, related to video games and stuff like that, and sometimes it starts to feel a little overrated, So I was a little worried when I realized, because I didn't know going into this show that this was one of them. It wouldn't have changed my mind because it won the poll. But when I first noticed it, I was like, oh geez, okay, another one of these, But after watching it, I found myself wanting to watch more, and I can't really tell you what it is. It has a lot more video game feel than a lot of the other ones, because we get to see his HUD more and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And it really just made me, I don't know, I had fun with it. And I like the main character's growth, like, pretty early on in the show, too. Like, first episode, we had him go through something and come out of it the other side, like, more mature and more ready, I guess would be the term, right? And, well, not the term, sorry. I'm getting a little bit distracted. I hear people walking around. I'm worried I'm gonna get interrupted. But, that being said, sorry for this long intro as well. But I found myself really wanting to watch more. I almost watched another episode and put another episode for you guys out on a day that this doesn't come out, just because I was like so excited. But then I got into a lot of other things. I watched a lot of extra Boruto episodes recently, which took up a lot of my time. And then My Hero Academia started up again, so I just didn't find the time to do it, even though I've been thinking about this show for a while. So even though I've done a lot of reaction stuff in the past couple weeks, I still find myself really excited to watch this episode, guys. So let's get into it, because I've already talked far too long. Alrighty, so for you full-lengthers, we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yes. That's right, we're back here with the slaves, and we ran into the girl, too. The one that was at the very start of last episode. Level 75, Jesus. He doesn't have that much. Hmm. This guy's too confident. Hmm. I don't think he believes that, but... Ooh. Right to her. Oh, is she sick? Half raccoon. Diseased. Mental disorder. Okay. It's messed up, man. Oh, intro. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna watch this intro. If I get a little spoiled, oh well. But you guys won't be able to see the visuals right now. I removed that stuff because of copyright reasons, but I'll talk about what I'm seeing a bit and have my, reaction to the intro for the first time seeing it. The girl, she has a mark on her chest. I wonder if that's like the slave bond. Interesting song. And that armor is looking a lot better in the intro. Interesting. Evil girl sitting right next to the king. Oh, guys, I also noticed last episode we had that girl, Miney or whatever, that messed with the main character. Towards the beginning of the episode, we saw her looking out of the window in like the tower. So I wonder if she's somehow a princess. I don't know. Ooh, pretty cool shield he upgraded too that we saw. Like transformation magic kind of stuff it looked like. Oh, okay, that's a little bit spoiler. Shoot. He like started turning red. Like a bunch of little dots everywhere. I guess I don't know what it means. It's not that much a spoiler, but... Oh, and then she grabbed him and, like, brought him out of whatever, like... It almost looked like evil lions going along him, and they rescinded as soon as she grabbed him, so, ooh. I probably shouldn't try to speculate too much on that, or I might figure some stuff out pretty quick. Alright. I really hope he does end up being, like I said, and like making her more of a friend rather than a slave. Oh, party member stuff, cool. Oh, 30 silver. He farmed a decent amount. I'm really hoping Raphtalia. I really hope he becomes nicer as soon as they get out of there. What? Interesting. What does that mean? Hmm. Okay, so she's using a knife for now. Aw, jeez. Hmm. Ah. She did it. She got some XP. Hmm. I don't think he's been corrupted. I think in a way he's being, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, theater. I hope he sticks up for her. Jesus. Hmm. Didn't give him crap, I guess. Maybe he just doesn't want to make trouble, but I'm surprised he didn't say anything. Yeah, so he is being nice. He's just being stern in his own ways, I think. It might even be more suspicious to her if he was nice right off the bat. Use your silverware. Yeah, there you go. He still doesn't taste a thing. Interesting. Nice. She's getting better at it. That's good. Ooh, she's level 3 now. He's level 5. Cool. Ooh, backstory stuff. Okay, I thought she was gonna forget the shield one. I was gonna be like, God damn it, show. We get it. Oh, interesting. Oh, guessing something bad happened to her parents, and she ended up a slave. Hmm, interesting. Okay, so does she just have like a cold, or does she have like some kind of incurable disease? Ooh. Interesting shield he has on right now. I didn't notice that before if it showed it. Oh. Oh, they died during the first wave. I'm guessing. Aw. Jeez. Aw. Hmm. Nice. Learn in the market. Very cool. Raphtalia. That was the ball that was in the beginning of the show. She does want a ball. Okay. That was like... He doesn't care anymore, but... It sounded so bad. Little montage. Oh. Alright. Going to some higher level stuff. What's that? She's scared of blood after what happened to her parents. Yeah. 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 You got this. Jeez. Level 4. Aw. Poor kid. Yeah. A sword. The Village of Loot. Is that the one that they originally talked about? The one with the beginner dungeon that Mayunu was talking about that first episode. Okay. They can fight, get some ores, and sell them. Make them money. Oh, he doesn't realize that he's a summoned hero. I guess he kept the shield hidden enough. Rope shield. Interesting. Ooh. She got pickaxe. Ooh, it's kind of pretty. Can he break it? Does he have, like, no offense to be able to do it? Do you need a skill for it? Guess not. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, it's kind of similar to what killed her parents. Wow, they're just, like... They're kind of pushing her trauma to the limits this episode. They want to, like, get her over it, it seems like, this episode. And then she fell off a cliff again. God damn it. Wow. Alright. Ooh, 15. Yeah. But you can save other children's parents. Yeah. Yeah, just save people in general. Ooh. Did some damage to him. It's a lot higher level than him, so... Damn. Get your revenge! Do it! I know it's not the same one, but... Damn. Yeah, you gotta overcome your trauma. You can do it. Aw. Get him. Yeah. Nice. Ah, don't lose aggro now for me. Nice. Good stuff. They killed the level 15. Oh, that's a lot of XP. Yeah. Hopefully no more show up. Alright, that's it. I went to go say that's the end, and then I said that's it, so I said, like, that's it? Alright, once again, guys, watching the outro, but you guys won't be able to see the visuals, but I will be watching it, so... Just a bunch of broken ships in, like, a desert. Interesting. Oh, she's walking through them. Representing the struggle, I suppose. At least it doesn't look like the kind of outro where I'll get any spoilers, unlike the intro. I like the song. It was a good episode, though. Yeah, so not much to to end up reacting to. Just both of the new character and Naofumi together. Yeah. All right. I think that is it. I'm not sure if that was an end credit scene or if that was preview of the next episode, so I'm not gonna watch it. If I missed an end credit scene, you guys can let me know. I'm not sure if I did or not. I'll go back and watch it if I did, and I'll try to be more on alert, but I don't want to watch a preview, by accident or something. So, yeah. That was a good episode, though. I enjoyed it. It was basically a whole episode dedicated to setting up this new character that's going to be a part of the show, right? And giving us some conflict for the main character, but not much. It was really mainly just building up Raphtalia was her name, right? And so she has this tragic backstory, as anime characters do, at least main characters a lot of times. She, the first wave of monsters killed her parents. She was saved from that, but then somehow got enslaved somewhere down the road, and, apparently her previous owner was torturing her and everything, which it sucks. Even though they're just characters in a show and they're just animated characters at that, you still, feel bad for them and stuff like that. So, stinks, but I'm glad that Naofumi was the one to find her. I kind of knew, at the start, I was trying to talk about it a bit, but I felt like I was going to have to go into more detail than I had time for in the episode. I didn't want to, sit there and talk a crap ton during where nothing was going on, just because when I'm editing, that makes it hard to edit. I usually have to cut out the video for part of what I'm talking about. I basically just try not to go into long discussions because I want to pay attention to what's going on and stuff like that. But what I was trying to say was, in the beginning, I think he was being more aggressive with her in front of the slave owner, just to kind of play the part, essentially. And then he was a little more aggressive with her, or she was a little bit less aggressive with her as the episode went on. And I almost think at first maybe he planned on being a dick, Maybe he wasn't going to be the nicest person, but deep down he is a good person. He just has a hard time trusting people after what happened to him in the first episode. So I think what it was he originally wasn't going to trust her, and then ended up trusting her, and now every time he's pushing her, he's trying to get her to, get over what she's done, which isn't someone else pushing that on someone else can be good, but can be bad. It depends on the kind of person, really. But it ended up being really what she needed. You know, she doesn't want other people to die. She doesn't want Naofumi to die because, you know, I'm sure she's grateful that he is nice to her, essentially. Like, even when he's being a little more aggressive, he's still doing it for good reasons. It's not like he's, you know, torturing her and using, you know, it reminds me of, like, Fate kind of stuff with command seals. You know, it's not like he's using his commands to make her do, like, these, like, atrocious things to innocent people or something, you know? And, like, really he's teaching her and raising her, essentially, and it's pretty cool. I like the sort of the relationship they're starting to establish with them. I think what we're gonna see is they spent a lot of this time on this episode showing, you know, Raphtalia's backstory and everything, and they had her, you know, encounter some blood, which was the first stage of her, you know, recovery. She feared blood after, you know, seeing her parents all bloody and everything. And then of course, like, coincidences out the ass, we have, you know, a dog monster that looks somewhat similar to the one that killed her parents show up. So she had to push through her next fear, you know? But once she breaks through all those fears, I'm not sure if these two are the last ones. She might have other fears. It might take a few episodes for her to really come into her own, but I think she really took a good step forward to becoming like a good companion, I guess is what they called it this episode, you know, a good party member. And I'm curious if Naofumi is going to get some more party members. I'm not sure. It could just be those two, but I also wonder if he's gonna end up breaking her, you know, somehow breaking her slave contract, you know? I'm not sure, but you know, because obviously he abused it a little bit this episode. Right at the end, though, he did cancel it. He ordered her to attack it, and then canceled it and said, you know, I'll stay here, you run, you know. And then she realized she was gonna repeat the same thing that happened to her, you know, before, and she didn't want that to happen, so. But I think that's a good step towards Naofumi kind of either stopping with the orders, but it might be hard, even if there's like, I don't know, see, I'm not sure how those orders work. Is there something, does he actually have to knowingly make an order? Like, if he tells her, go do this, is it gonna trigger the command seal? Like, just the way he phrases it? Like, would he have to say, like, would he have to phrase it in, like, sort of an option? Like, you know, do you mind going and doing this for me? And she could say no, you know? But if he says go do this for me, is that gonna activate, like, the slave contract? Or does he have to, like, somehow knowingly, like, initiate that, you know, magic connection? I'm not sure. But, you know, if he has to knowingly initiate the magic connection like I was just talking about, then I feel like he's gonna start doing it less and less and less, and maybe stop entirely. And then there's also the chance that he'll just, you know, try to get rid of the slave contract entirely and they'll just become friends, which I'd like to see. I'd like her to be able to become her own person and not just a slave, even though she does want to help Naofumi, you know, she does want all this other stuff, you know, and he'll probably let her do most of what she wants, even if she has a slave, you know, seal, but I don't know. It would just be better, in my opinion, if they eventually broke that, you know. Having that kind of thing between the characters, I don't think would be a good instigator for a healthy relationship, you know? But, oh well. That being said, she did end up using a melee weapon. I thought that she was going to either have magic, or she was gonna have a bow. I was wrong. I did my like way fallback option was potentially her having a dagger or small weapon and being more like a rogue, like agility based and stuff like that. And that's kind of closer to what she is. So I did mention it, but it wasn't really at all what I thought it was going to be. I thought she was going to do some long range stuff, but there's still the potential that she could develop it. I'm not sure how magic works in this world. You know, I'm not sure if there's even, because I don't know if we've seen any spellcasters yet, right? Like anybody just doing like a fireball or something. We've seen the slave contract, and that's about as much a magic as we've seen, I think. So who knows? I guess we'll find out. And if there is magic, if there is like spell casting, like mages kind of stuff, I don't know if that's something you have to be naturally born with, if that's something you can learn or whatnot, but she might end up just using like short swords the whole time kind of thing, but who knows? We'll see. But I'm looking forward to these characters' development going forward, because I like how much Naofumi doesn't care anymore. Like he's not getting all like depressed and annoying about the fact that he was like victimized in the first episode, essentially, right? He kind of just sucked it up. He knows he has to get stronger, and he's doing what he needs to get stronger, People give him shit because he's a shield hero, and he's just like, I don't care, just give me this, I want it, And he's not even beating around the bush, like when he went into the hotel and he's like, I need a room, but she might be screaming, It sounded horrible, but obviously he meant because she wakes up in her sleep, because of nightmares, obviously. But, he doesn't care about his image anymore. All he cares about is survival, which is kind of cool, When the world screws you, you end up just wanting to screw the world. I just hope he doesn't push people away that could become allies, right? Like, he almost did that a little bit with the guy that sells him armor and stuff, like he kind of believed in them in the first episode, and then he shows up with this slave and, was very kind of rude in the beginning. He was a little better the second time they met and everything, but, for the, blacksmith guy, I'm sure it's business as usual, or shop owner. I don't know if he's an actual blacksmith or if he just buys from other people and resells. I don't know. But regardless of all that, he doesn't seem to care because obviously he's making money, but at the same time, I think there's a part of him that wants to respect Naofumi, and I feel like right at the start of the episode he lost a little respect, and then maybe later on he started to realize, like, okay, he's not doing, that bad stuff with her, so, so maybe their relationship is fine now. But anyways, yeah. Good stuff. Is there anything else I want to talk about this episode? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I guess if I'm just going to talk about the show in a whole, I'm still really liking it. Honestly, I do want to watch more. Maybe. So, I'm not going to give any guarantees. You guys can kind of take this with a grain of salt. I might end up doing some extra episodes here and there on the side on this one, because I do enjoy it. And I don't know when season 2 is coming, but I think there's like 24 or 25 episodes to this, so 24 or 25 weeks. I'm guessing if we don't have a release date yet for the new season, then we'd make it, even if I do end up only doing one, episode at a time. But I don't know, we'll see. I do find myself every now and then when some of these shows get really good wanting to watch more, like one of the best shows I've watched on my channel No offense to any of the other shows, but Promise Neverland was fantastic. If I didn't watch that show while it was airing, I probably would have ended up, you know, reacting to more episodes, quicker. But yeah, either way, even if I'm only watching one episode a week, it's still a really good show so far. I'm really liking it, and it feels good. There are. No, I mean I'm really liking all the shows I'm watching. Actually, in fact, I guess I'm just comparing it to back before I started doing reactions. I used to watch a lot more anime. If you guys check out my anime list, which I put in the description, I have a ton of shows on my list there. And a lot of those shows were, slice of life stuff where I just, watch almost every show that comes out in, a season of anime. And it got crazy how, crappy some of them were and boring, but I still watched them just 'cause. So when I see shows like all the ones I'm watching, especially now that I'm taking it slow, I'm able to enjoy the shows I'm watching a lot more, since I'm not watching like I used to watch a 12 episode anime in a day, right? There were times that I did that, and there were times where I could do that in multiple days. So I'd be watching over the course of 3 days, I'd watch 45 episodes and finish off 2.5 or 3 shows ish or something like that, and I'd blow through them like that. So I'd get through all the good ones, and then I'd get to all the crap ones, and then I'd be out of good ones to watch. But now all the good ones are building up. I have shows on my plan to watch that I'm excited to watch on the channel someday, Seven Deadly Sins almost won the poll. One Punch Man Season 2, Mob Psycho Season 2, things like that. Promise Neverland Season 2 is coming next year, I think. So that's something to look forward to as well. And there's just all these shows that I'm really looking forward to. So it just feels good to enjoy a show, Anyways, guys, I don't think there's much else to talk about for this episode, unfortunately. It was really good. I could speculate on what I saw in the intro because some of it was a little spoilery, and I could make deductions based on that, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I almost feel like it's metagaming too much. I did watch the openings and maybe I shouldn't have, but at the same time, I feel like it wasn't that bad, right? So, yeah, I'm just not going to sit here and try to come up with new theories, because if I talk about it, I'm going to come up with, more ideas, and I'm just scared I'm going to nail it, and then nothing will surprise me the rest of the show. And then when nothing surprises me, that hinders my reactions and stuff, because when something crazy happens, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so I think that pretty much sums it up for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Like usual, I don't know how often if I said this last video, but hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying this stuff. I very much appreciate it if you do. And then also in the description, there's a link to my Patreon, which you guys can get. You can support me. It's very nice if you do. I very much appreciate it. And also, you get some benefits in return. So you get early access. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you could become a patron and watch episode 3 right now and stuff like that. And then also there's full length, so you guys can watch along with me. You guys are going to need your own footage. There's going to be a timer in the corner, and I tell you guys when to start, and you guys can watch the entire episode with me. So if you notice I ever cut out your favorite parts on some of these shows, then maybe full length is for you, and you support what I do here. And with enough support in the future, there's, potential that I could do this full time and be releasing, 1 or 2 episodes a day is really if I wanted to do more than 2 episodes a day, I would definitely need to be established enough that I might have an editor to help me or something like that. I don't know why. I don't really need to talk about this right now because we're you know, we may never even get to that point, but I was just thinking about it, like, realistically, if I was doing this full time, I could be doing, you know, 2 episodes, maybe more if I got a separate computer to render, because really rendering is like the hardest thing. If I render 2 episodes overnight, it takes about 8 hours, you know? So basically, by the time I wake up and I'm ready to like do some more stuff, I'd need that rendering to be done. So if I tried to render, you know, 3 or 4 episodes a day, it would bleed into my next day, and then, you know, it'd be a vicious cycle like that. So I'd at least need like a second computer to render for me or something. But anyway, I've talked way too much about random crap this video. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.